Hello, and welcome to the Microlite BackupEDGE video training series. The series is designed to help you understand and get the most out of BackupEDGE. This lesson is on creating and using a bucket in the default Amazon region and authenticating to it with BackupEDGE. Lesson 1 of this series described the terminology necessary to use BackupEDGE with the Amazon Simple Storage service and should be viewed prior to watching this video. Using BackupEDGE with Amazon S3 first requires actions to be taken on the Amazon side for initial setup. While logged into Amazon Web Services, the account holder creates a uniquely named bucket in a region located somewhere in the world. Then creates a user, which generates an access key ID and a secret key ID for that user. Then creates a policy for the user, allowing and/or limiting access to the bucket. This lesson will use the default All Access policy. While logged into Edge menu, the administrator creates a new S3CLOUD resource providing the bucket name, a unique directory name within the bucket for backups, the access key ID, the secret key ID, the endpoint address of the region where the bucket was created, and of course standard quota and compression level information. So, let's go live. First, we'll log in to the Amazon Web Services console by browsing to aws.amazon.com and selecting My Account, AWS Management Console. Then, log in with your account credentials. The Amazon Web Services console has many available services. The two that we're interested in are under Storage Service, S3, and under Security, Identity, and Compliance, IAM, or Identity and Access Management. First, select S3, which will allow us to create a bucket in the region of our choice. Select Create Bucket, type in a bucket name. By default, we like to use the host name and the region information to give us a future reference to where we put the bucket. Then select the region, which in this case will be the U.S. East Northern Virginia region, which is the Amazon default. Click Next, ignore the other features and click Next one more time to create the bucket. Now we have a bucket called LX-Class-USS created in the U.S. East Northern Virginia region. That's all we have to do to create a bucket. Go back to the Amazon console by clicking the console home button, the cube in the upper left-hand corner. Select Identity and Access Management, or IAM, and we'll create a user. In the IAM section, we'll click Users, Add User. We'll type the name of the user. In this case, we'll simply call the user BackupEDGE. Select Programmatic Access, allowing access only to those who have the access key ID and secret key ID. And click Next for permissions. Choose Attach Existing Policies Directly, and you'll get a list of many available policies on Amazon. In the search bar, type S3 to narrow down the list. Use the checkbox to select Amazon S3 Full Access. Scroll down and click Next for review. And you'll see that the username is BackupEDGE, the access type is Programmatic Access with an access key, and the managed policy is the Amazon S3 Full Access policy. This policy allows anyone with the access key ID and secret key ID to access all buckets in the master account. Finally, select Create User, and you'll note that it says Success, and it's showing you an access key ID and the secret access key or secret key ID. Click Show and copy both of these for use inside Edge menu. Make sure you do this because after we leave this screen, the secret key ID will never be seen again on Amazon. Alternatively, you may click Download CSV to download these credentials as a CSV file. When done securing your credentials, Click Close. And that's it. On the Amazon side, we've created a bucket, we've created a user, we've created access key and secret key IDs, and we've created a usage policy allowing the use of those keys. At this point, you may log out of the Amazon console by selecting your account name and then sign up. Now, let's go into Edge menu, and in Edge menu, we will select Admin, Define Resources, create a new resource, and select S3CLOUD resource. Give it a name or use the default, and select Next. Here's where we're going to type the information we picked up earlier. By default, for directory name, we like to choose the job name. The default job name in BackupEDGE is called simple_job. The bucket is the bucket you created earlier. In our test instance, we called it LX_class-USS. Copy in your access key ID, copy in your secret key ID, and select the S3CLOUD endpoint. The default shown S3.AmazonAWS.com is the default endpoint for the US East Northern Virginia region, but you can press the F1 or Help key to see the endpoints for the other regions around the world. Remember, for instance, that if you were going to go to the EU Central or European Union Frankfurt region, then you would select this endpoint, S3-EU-central-1.AmazonAWS.com, and put it in this location. Since we're going to use the default endpoint, S3.AmazonAWS.com, we can hit Enter and click on Test URL. This will establish and test our connections with Amazon and create, delete, and seek through a couple of files to make sure that all of BackupEDGE's features are running. When it says Successful, select OK, select a quota, a compression level, click Next, and say Done. At this point, the resource needs to be initialized, so at the Admin menu, we would set the default backup resource to S3CLOUD. And again, under the Admin menu, we would initialize Medium, which creates a control file on Amazon Web Services. At this point, you've successfully configured BackupEDGE to use Amazon Web Services in the US East region in a bucket that has full access permissions for anyone with this access key and secret key. Thanks for watching this lesson. Please check our website at www.microlite.com or our YouTube channel for the next lesson in this series, using custom policies to control access to Amazon buckets.